Hey guys, welcome to another development update for QUACK-OUT. If you want to go play the currently alpha version of QUACK-OUT, just check out the link in the description. I really appreciate all the support, and I recently saw that we did break 700 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate the follow and everything. Also have my Twitter linked in the description if you want to follow that. If you're more comfortable with that platform, go for it. But let's go ahead and dive right into this development update. So, first off, we have a brand new map right here. And actually, we have two brand new maps. And these are constituting of a new game mode that I've created, which is, or it's not original, but King of the Hill, which is where there's this area kind of in the center of the map. And the two teams have to struggle to fight for control of that single area. And so basically, the way that the rules work right now is that if there are red players inside of it and no blue players, the red team will score points every second that they have control of it. If players contest the area while there's red players still inside it, then no team will score points for a brief time. And then if the blue team gets control without any red players inside the zone, then the blue team will score points every second. And so first team to 100 points wins. So there's a time cap of 5 minutes for every game mode, and that will make it so that you're not just going on and on if there's a constantly contested zone. So let's go ahead and all right, I guess I'll talk about these things. So I made a new map, sort of interactive element, which are these wind tunnels, and I'm hoping to incorporate these into possibly some future maps. I'll just show you guys really quick what they do. So basically, they have this script right here where they basically in the physics process loop, we get all the overlapping bodies, and if it's a rigid body, and in this case, if we are the network master, then we're going to actually apply linear velocity to that body. So it works pretty seamlessly with the current systems, and so if you throw a bomb into it, it'll actually ascend, or the tops will also kind of be adjusted, and then of course the ducks themselves will kind of float up in the air. All right, so this is the Crossroads map. I'll just kind of briefly talk about the design of it. So I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart as of late, and I really love the idea of these sort of winding tracks and everything. And I wanted to incorporate that into my game, not necessarily to have it be like an actual racetrack, but I thought the idea of having this kind of uneven terrain that was all crazy would be a kind of a cool idea for an arena, especially with the amount of mobility that the ducks already possess. It's not finalized. I still need to add a couple more boosts to this, and I'm just deciding, still trying to decide what's the best place to put those. Also, as you can see, there's actually no spawn points. These little green guys are the spawn points across my map. There's no spawn points inside the hill itself, and that's kind of a key part. So you have to actually physically move yourself into the hill to actually play the game and contest it. For the pond arena, this was an idea from a friend, and basically we have this little island in the center which has our main zone. We have these giant lily pads that the player can use, and in this case I have like this log that's hollowed out, and so if you build up enough glide momentum, you can just completely navigate through there. And then there's these nice plants up top to give you some high ground, and then of course everybody's converging in on the main zone down here. And then the water's instant kill, even though yes, we're playing against ducks in this game, but I wanted to make sure that there was enough enough problems in the way to make sure that players had to actually avoid going into the water. And it's more of a game design decision and not a practicality decision. And I guess I'll briefly talk about the shader that I have here on the water and what it's doing. So there's actually no true light on this water, so this is actually just faked within the shader. So if I go over here to my water shader. Try to maximize this as best as I can. So basically, I'm just kind of messing around with the vertices positions for the vertical, and then also a little bit of the lateral positions of the vertices. And then I'm setting the normal of this object to be the direction of the sun in my scene, which is, a sunset. So it's very much to the edge over here, in this case, the Z direction. And so then when I compute, of course, my water kind of varying its position, the water texture, then at the end, I actually specify in this case, I calculate the sun's effect, which is the dot product of the normal and the view matrix, and that creates this sort of nice glowy effect for the water. So I just thought I'd share that. And by the way, it's really fun to play with these shaders. Don't be too scared of shader code. If you are just dipping your toes into it, it can kind of give you a new appreciation for how graphics work in game engines. So go for it and play around with things. That's the same sort of effort with the wind tunnel effect. I basically just have this simple texture that's just infinitely repeating that I drew, and then I basically just move it along the or I just offset the UVs over time, and then I apply a dithering effect to it to simulate alpha transparency. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the game modes in action. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and host a session. I actually have these new icons to denote if a match is in the team deathmatch mode, or if it's in or if it's King of the Hill in this case, and I'll have other game modes possibly in a future time. So if we jump in here, I'm just going to choose a team. I'll choose the red team. I don't have the music composed yet for this map, so it's just the standard temple music that I have. So let's go ahead and jump through here. You can hear those the sound effects is the area being contested or captured by a team, so that'll give you a clue as to what's going on. So as you can see, it's pretty difficult to score points consistently. So the goal would be to cycle out players to capture or to obtain items that they can repel other people, and then have some players just hold the fort and avoid as much damage as possible in the hill zone itself. And the players, or the bots in this case, do actually know that they want to contest this area, and so I had to actually do a little bit more reprogramming to of the AI to make sure that they would follow what I would want them to do. Also, another cool thing that I added from a recommendation in my Discord. So if you're not part of my Discord, go ahead and join. I believe there's going to be a link in the description of this video, so feel free to join that. But I actually added a kick jump cancel, and so if you time your jump input right at the end of your kick, you'll actually retain your velocity. So as you, I missed it there, but if you do right there, there we go. And so that way you can traverse a lot faster without having to glide, or if you want to go straight into a glide after you've done that, you can achieve that pretty easily. And yes, I have a cool little sound effect for when you're inside the wind tunnel. And so that turned out pretty cool, and it works sufficiently. I'm going to go ahead and end this match so that we can go check out the other one. And this time I'll go blue team. And this one is a little bit simpler than the previous one. This one's actually a really basic map, but the goal of it was to make sure that there was as much chaos in the center as possible. Now this item right here, the chaos bomb that I designed, is really efficient and powerful in this circumstance, because it's going to, when it erupts, it's going to just basically throw the possession of the zone into contest. See, it just took out 3 people right there. So that'll be kind of a fun thing to play around with, and you'll be able to kick it out of the zone if you're defending, or if you're attacking, you can kick it back into the zone. So it's going to be really entertaining to see how much chaos can be just ensuing from that. Alright, my team's losing right now, so I need to make up some time here. Alright. Come on, team. Let's go. Also, you may notice that all the weapons do deal a little bit more damage than usual, and that's just from me playtesting and finding out what feels the best for the game with these bots. That's one thing that the bots have been really beneficial for, is that I can immediately tell if something works or it doesn't in terms of the style of the game or how I want the game to be played. And so having a low kill time makes sense for a game like this, especially when my respawn time is fairly generous. Sorry, I'm getting caught in the zone over here. Alright, let's do that. So as you can see, it's actually pretty hard to score points in this mode, so you're going to have to be really really diligent with making sure that you keep the other team's players out of the zone while you're trying to get points. Oh, they're overtaking us again. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. In terms of future work, I'm actively working on a new Capture the Flag mode, and I'm hoping to be able to show that off. I am shooting for a beta build in May on Godot.io, and hopefully I really want to have all these maps and the new Capture the Flag game mode completed for that. So I'm going to be I'm not probably going to post another devlog until beta launch, just to try to focus on finishing up that effort. I have a couple of great ideas in the mix as well, and I'm really hoping that that this build of the game, when it finally launches, will be pretty significant and will hopefully grow the player base a lot. I, of course, put in the bots in there to try to sustain the game as best as I can. And I know that some people don't like playing with bots, other people do. And I think a mix is probably the best ideal, circumstance where you can have a mix of bots and players. So hopefully we'll be able to get to working on that. I'm also possibly going to explore in the future developing a Steam version of the game. Right now, the lobby system is all via Godot.io, and so they actually have their own. Let's see, where is it? They have their own API that they use, and so yeah, right here. So they basically have all their lobbying stuff, their lobbying code inside of their Godot web player. And so basically I would need to get the Steamworks plugin for Godot and try to migrate some of this functionality, maybe make my own API layer that would either call the Godot functions depending if it's deployed on web, or the Steam functions if it's deployed on native PC. And that way, yeah, we could have we can have Steam users play with Steam users, and then Godot users play with Godot users. I'm still determined to make the Godot version free. Of course, in my opinion, that would be the inferior version, or the light version, if you prefer. And then, of course, the Steam version, I think I kind of have to. I probably need to make it a paid version, and that's just simply because putting stuff up on Steam in the first place does cost some money. And so I would want to recoup that as best as I can. And I think most people would be willing to pay like $3, $4, or $5 for a game like this. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out still. These are some of the decisions that you have to make as an independent developer. Of course, this is also only a side project that I'm working on. This is not my full-time career working on this game, so I have to take that into account as well and figure out taxes and all that. So, but hopefully I'll have some more concrete plans in the future. But I really want to just push forward to this beta build. I plan to have 2 capture the flag maps, and then that'll be the beta release, and going into the 1.0 release, then I'll probably add at least one last new map, and maybe one new item. So it'll be launching hopefully with 9 maps, which is a lot. Man, I didn't realize that, we might be at that point. 9 maps, 8 items, and fully functional bots. So I hope that's enough for most people's expectations of what a $3, $4, $5 game would be. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you guys have, or I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any feedback for me, please leave a comment. Or also, you can join my Discord. As I said, go play QUACK-OUT on godm.io today. The alpha build. You won't have these new maps, unfortunately. I'm waiting to release these on the beta version. So keep on playing, and hopefully I'll be able to release the beta version sometime before the middle of May. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.